Hello! Today we are going to learn how to make a fabulous teacher appreciation or thank you, someone who loves office supplies gift. It's really quite simple. It is a terracotta pot sprayed with some chalkboard paint, as you can see there. So you can write your message on there. You can change, of course, but down there with some chalk. And then I filled it with some fabulous rose pens. As you can see, it is an ink pen, but on its end it has a rose. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. If you notice, I have 3 different colored roses in here. I have the pink, the zebra, and then the zebra pink. And that's because my friend's room is done in the neon green, the pink, and the zebra colors. So I thought this would coordinate very well. And I wanted to give this to her to thank her for being such a fabulous friend. So today what we're going to do is I've already made all the blue pens with pink ends, and then I also have blue pens with zebra ends. But then I thought that I would put in here some black pens, right? So I wanted to color code those. So I'm going to do those in the alternate zebra print. So let me show you how I do it. So first, I've got my on sale for $1 black Right Every Time pens, and I'm just going to measure the length of the pen, which it looks like it's about 6 inches. So we can just do every 6 inches, or you can just line it up for some precision here. I got this neon green as my base. Obviously you can use any color you want for yours. This is enough to wrap 3 pens, and I have quite a bit left over because the circumference of the pen does not require 2 inches to cover it. So what I do is I cut off about 1/4 of an inch. Try and make it look even. I always use a grid cutting board. Just makes my life way easier. If you don't have one, you can definitely use scissors and such, but I would suggest you get one. It's definitely worth it. So I'm just going to peel up the first piece, lay it down sticky side up, try not to wreck the corners, line up the pen. I would like to be able to get the cap on still, so I'm going to move it back just a little bit. Stuck to me. And I'm just going to roll that up. Easy enough. And then the end just kind of looks like that, but that's okay. That's where we're going to decorate it. Other pen. I have seen people do a good job wrapping the pen caps. I do not do a good job wrapping the pen caps, and it just ends up looking really bulky, and they don't really stay on. So I just opted to leave them off. Now what are we going to do with this little 1/4 inch strip? Aha! That will come in quite handy later on to do our finishing for our roses. Now there are definitely a ton of different ways to make roses, and YouTube is full of fabulous people who've come up with really awesome methods. I learned everything that I'm going to do from them for sure. So first thing I'm going to do today is I have found there are flat petaled, bigger petaled roses. There are pointy roses. There are my kind of roses that I've been making. There are little rose buds. And you really have a lot of options here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this type of rose. And for it, I have found that a 3-inch piece of tape works the best. So I'm just going to, I filled up my board with 3 strips. I just cut them all at once. I find it makes my life easier. 1, 2, 3. I use an X-Acto knife rather than the scissors or something of the sort here. It's just easier. Kind of make these assembly line steps. Alright, so now we're going to make our petals. So I should have a 3-inch piece here, I'm thinking. Take the piece, and then I just fold a triangle, leaving at least a 1/2-inch gap there. If you notice, I got that end stuck up. I hate it when I do that. So if you want to just get your knife under there and let it go, try. Definitely don't cut anyone or yourself. There we go, fabulous. And then we're going to fold the other corner down to meet it. I want to try and make sure that there's no white showing in here. So that's going to be the top of your petal. Okay, I'm just going to go through, make a number of these. Like I said, there are definitely other methods to make duct tape roses. And maybe you could make a pot of different styles all mixed together. You could color coordinate, make all of the red pens, the pointy ones. Just want to make sure that I have enough here a second to make a rose, so I can show you that part too. I decided I wanted to include a baker's dozen in my teacher appreciation pot. So I made 6 pink, 6 zebra, and now I'm going to make, that doesn't make sense then. I would only make 1 zebra black print then. This one, if you notice, was only a 2-incher. I actually use the same method, it just comes out a little bit smaller. So looks like I'm making 15 roses for that pot then. I'm doing 6, 6, and 3. And it is for a math teacher, so. Oop, got a little bit white showing there. Hopefully we can make that one still work. The trickiest part of working with duct tape is not letting it stick to your fingers. Or once the tape side sticks to the tape side, it's pretty much lost. This corner still wants to come up. That one that I messed up at the beginning. Alright, well, we certainly have enough petals for at least 1 rose here. Let me show you what we did. Alright, so first I take just a little scrap of the tape and cut maybe a 1/2-inch strip of it. This is going to serve to mask the cap of the pen so it can sit inside the butt of the rose. Very simple, right? So I did that, and now I just need to go through and just trim off these tips. So I'm just going to take and round it. If I were to leave it pointed, then I would have a rose that turned out more like that. So we're going to go with the round ones. Round it off. Show you what I'm doing here. It's handy to have a little bowl to catch all of your tips. Otherwise, you're finding them everywhere. A little 2-inch petal. I wasn't paying attention, I was actually just dropping these right on this flower petal. Awesome. And finally, ta-da. Alright, so what I can do here is for my middle one, that's where I use this too, because I want to make sure that it is small enough. And I just start, put that little sticky part on the pen, and then I crimp it a little bit. So I just fold it up and push, and fold it up and push, and fold it up and push. And then I end up with the center of the bud. And then go to my regular 3-inch pieces and start kind of in where I left off. Hold up my thumb a minute, get that down, and then as you can see, I'm folding it up a little bit, pushing that down, folding it up a little bit. What that does is it gives the rows a little bit of depth. They're not all tightly on top of each other. There's a little bit of space in between, if you can see that. Alright, so I'm going to keep on doing that in a minute. Now you want to make sure you're kind of offsetting them. You don't want them all to go in the same way. So this one I'm going to start so that it faces the one I just did. Crimp and push, crimp, push. Alright. This is quite a tight rose. Usually I have it much more loose. I just sit back a little bit. And the fun thing, if this is not turning out right, just take it apart. And it'll go right back on. Alright. I'm just going to keep building these layers. Take another petal. I'm going to start where I left off on that one. That's actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to make it so it's on the back. So we'll go opposite. And then crimp a little, push. Crimp a little, push. There we go. Another one. I'm just going to keep filling out the rows. The bigger the crimp, the more the rose petal stands away from the rest. The fewer crimps, the tighter it is, and this is a very tight rose so far. I'm just starting so that they're filling in the spot that wasn't filled in. See how that one stands out a little bit more? I made them opposite each other. Right, and then we'll go turn it half turn to the front of that one. Do a little bit of adjusting there. Ta-da! We're going to fill it out maybe these other two. And I'm just going, with the two previous ones overlap, just starting behind it. So that whole row is developed on all four sides, you know, front, back, right, and left. I think a couple of the initial tight petals and some loosening. But it looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to finish it off. And the way we're going to do that is use some of this 1/4 inch of green that we had left. So if you look at, I'm talking about to see how I have the pointed wrap there to kind of make it look like a flower stem. It's a bad one to show you, but we're going to do that because right now it's rather unfinished and it kind of needs to be sealed. So I'm just going to make a couple triangular cuts. Kind of make a Charlie Brown shirt here. Get 4 triangles out of there maybe. If I didn't push hard enough, it won't work very well, but we'll see what I did. So I just made that real quick and leaves the triangles behind. Just take the pen, start it wherever you want, and just wrap them right around. It kind of serves to lock in the petals, to make sure they're all connected, and also just kind of seals off that transition from one tape to the other. You can see how that's kind of in there. Do a little adjusting, and ta-da! You have a pen. Now if you want to cover the tip, you definitely can. I have this 2-inch piece here. Lay out my cap. Where do we want to lay the cap? Let's start right on the opposite side, maybe. Sure. So I wrapped the cap. Take my pieces here. Make an end. And I just have a little bit of this black tip, which is about that long. Nicely all the way around. Get a little X-Acto knife and get the extra off the top. Ta-da! And now you have a camouflaged pen tip as well. So, teacher appreciation gift. That can now go right into my pot. I have used some stones in the bottom. You could definitely use marbles if you wanted to. Whatever works. A friend of mine used rice, but at school that just ends up making quite a mess because kids get in there. So these stones might be messy too, but I think this would be quite a happy gift. So thank you for watching. Thank all those people that love office supplies with a fabulous chalkboard pot of rose pens.